Welcome back. You're listening to Home Wizards. Hope you're hanging out and having a good time with us. I'm Cindy Dole.
Hey, I'm Eric Stromer.
And there are things that you can do as we're kind of inching toward the next holiday. There are things that you can make. I mean, of course, you could buy them. But we thought that we'd talk about things that we can make to have some fun, to create some traditions, maybe save a little bit of money.
You're talking about some homemade ornaments.
Some homemade DIY ornaments, We're just kind of inching our way there. And, there's a number of things that you can do that are actually kind of easy. In fact, really easy. So thought we would talk about some of the things that you can make that are going to kind of get into the spirit of the holidays.
And, I'll tell you, sitting with the kids doing these crafts, my kids bring home all these great projects from school that they've done. And it's just a time to bond with the loved ones that you care about. You know what I mean? It's even if it's something as simple as just cutting out, like I did the hand turkey.
Oh, you did that. That's
the traditional
fun.
hand turkey with
fun.
your hand, and you trace your finger, and then
construction paper.
You know what I mean? I
mean,
just something that simple. It puts you in the same space as your kid, and it stops you from being so frenetic. And all of a sudden,
it's a nice memory.
You're hanging out. It's a nice memory. Yeah.
Well, so how about this? If you've ever wondered what you're supposed to do to recycle light bulbs. Okay, we love this website. It's called Earth 911, and they have all kinds of great things on how to, save money, save energy, save the planet, if you will. But light bulbs can make some really cool Christmas ornaments. It's just that easy. I mean, when you think about it, it's about these light bulbs that are still, they're not broken. They burned out on you,
That's
right?
a great idea, actually.
And so all we're going to do is we're going to get some of that great kind of that Mod Podge glue, and you just add some glitter to them. Or even beyond glitter, you can get some of those little really thicker rhinestones.
Mm-hmm. And then you just attach them to the exterior of the glass bulb.
Yeah.
And then you put a hanging device on probably the part you screw in, right?
Yeah, a little ribbon or little...
And hang the bulb that's painted. It looks like the shape of an ornament. You've recycled
really cute.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, especially the bulbs that are more, I don't know, what would you call it? It's not like the standard bulb, but it's kind of
different shapes.
Yeah, it's really, I think, a really fun project.
Like those little candle bulbs, for example.
It's like a candle shaped, exactly.
Yeah.
Like it almost looks like Christmas lights. It looks like Christmas lights, the house lights, if you will. Hey, if you love wine like I do and Eric does, we talk a lot about what you can do with wine bottles and wine corks. How about this? It's a fun way to reuse and celebrate that you love a little bit of wine. Wine cork ornaments.
Ooh, I got some.
You have some?
I don't have ornaments, but I have
but you have
corks.
Some wine corks. Okay, so there's a bunch of things you can do. I mean, wine corks are so great for a number of things, like making a trivet, using it to be part of a keychain holder. But how about this? You have a bunch of wine corks, and let's say that now that you've had Thanksgiving and maybe some of the wine that was left over, you still have the corks. You get a hot glue gun, you get the wine corks, and you cut them in half. And then maybe you have like an ink pad if you're going to go to color your cork, you could, or then some ribbon, and then some tacks and pins, and then a little bit of a Mod Podge if you're going to add some glitter to that. And basically, once you cut the corks in half, you don't need to measure it. It's going to be pretty approximate. And then you assemble the corks without the glue to see how you're going to arrange them, kind of lay them out somewhere, okay? But basically, you're going to this is going to be an ornament that you can either have for your tree or even for the front door. So let's say maybe 12. You can have maybe about 12. And it could be in the shape, you can make it in the shape of a circle, or make it a triangle, or you can make it the letter of your family crest, of your last name, whatever you like.
Very cute.
Yeah.
Have you seen the beer bottle vases?
No.
Oh, those are good. All you have to do is, who doesn't have a whole bunch of beer bottles laying around after one of these Christmas parties, right?
Right.
You just spray paint them a color, either gold, silver, maybe a blue, and then you can even stripe them. And if they're a solid surface color, it just kind of gives it that ability, or it gives that look of almost like beach glass, but it's a solid color. Put a single flower in it, done. Beer bottle vase. Thank you.
And now wait a minute. And what kind of paint did you use?
You can use any kind of spray paint.
Any kind of spray paint.
It'll stick to the glass.
And it'll look kind of translucent?
Exactly.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a pretty one.
That's a nice idea.
Right.
How about turning a shower curtain ring into a wreath? You might go, that doesn't sound very fancy, but it is really kind of cool, because now you are, again, using things that may be trash otherwise, and it becomes kind of a cute little vintagey Christmas decoration. So all you would do is you would have, let's say that you had one of these these rings sitting around. How about using even like some, you could put like gold lace and wrap the gold lace round and round and round and round, and now it is a perfect little wreath, right?
Mm-hmm. That's good.
Yeah, it's a really good idea. Or you could use to make it really kind of vintagey, you could use pearl beads. And you can find some of these supplies at the arts and crafts store. But once you have that ring, the sky's the limit. Just wrap something around it, ribbon, beads, any kind of thing. Even baker's twine, and then maybe some embellishments, and then hang it. Done.
Great.
You got your cute little wreath. These are all fun, really handy, easy DIY things with reusable stuff.
I used a bunch of cans, over the last couple of weeks as I was making all the dinners, and I always just throw them out and put them in the recycling. But what if you take them and you just spray paint those, and then you create hanging little tiny starter plant vases
Cute.
right off the fence? And you spray paint them any color you want, and they look great. Yes.
That's darling.
I don't know why you wouldn't do it. Even if they're not spray painted, but you use the, I make a lot of marinara with the Italian tomatoes, right? Those are cute. Just sitting out in the backyard with plants coming out of them. They look great.
Very, very clever.
I don't know why you don't recycle, people. Just do it.
People do recycle.
Just recycle a little. Use that stuff creatively.
All right, here's one of my favorites, okay? It basically is, again, a very vintage way of creating Christmas ornaments. If you've been looking, you're just now bringing out all the stuff that's been packed away for all these months, and now you're looking at all your Christmas decor, you might see some newspapers. Like a lot of times, even though we keep them in plastic tubs, I also, as an added barrier, I wrap the things in Christmas papers. I mean, in newspapers, I should say,
okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Just your basic newspaper from your hometown. But imagine, let's say that those papers are kind of getting crumbly-wumbly, or that you see that they date back maybe 5, maybe 10 years, maybe more, whatever. You can now turn glass ornaments into vintage paper ornaments by using some glass glitter and then just basically decoupage the newspaper on top of the glass ornaments.
Oh, that's nice.
So basically you're cutting out little strips of the newspaper, okay? And you're gluing it to the glass clear ornaments that you can find anywhere, right?
Yeah.
And then you can just put the word like Noel across the top or whatever. And imagine if you had newspapers from your childhood hometown.
That's a cute idea.
Kind of a cute, nice little memories.
You can even do the photographs on there from, I found a bunch of old stuff from my parents' storage. You can put the Mod Podge on the photograph around the glass ornament. That would be pretty, too.
Yeah. All of these, totally. I mean, I think the idea of making your Christmas decorations as personal as possible.
Personalize it. Yeah, I think you're
very
right.
personal.
Yeah.
And then it just has... It's way better than something you could buy. How about using some of those glass ornaments that you find at the store, okay, and it has that little top that you can take the lid off, but you put things inside it like sand and shells. Or maybe it's little, greeting cards that are sitting around the house. You can just cut little cutouts from the greeting cards into strips and little curls and put them inside those glass balls that are now, and then you put the lid back on top of the glass ball and then you hang it on the tree.
You've personalized your Christmas.
It's very fun, I think. Yeah. So we'll put all this up on the website because we have a lot of more ideas of just how to reuse materials to create a sense of vintage, personal Christmas.
That's fantastic.
So go to the website and you'll see it. In fact, we didn't have time to talk about it fully, but I'm going to add up there that the map kissing ball, and this is something that is so cute, where it's basically a ball and you fold and fold and fold pieces of an old map. Again, maybe it's from your favorite place.
Oh, that's a good idea. Your honeymoon trip or something like that.
Yeah,
nice.
And the whole idea of having the kissing ball, and this is where when anyone stands beneath it, that's where you end up having to kiss that person, right? So it starts with a little styrofoam ball, and then you glue all the maps to it. Anyway, go to yourhomewizards.com, and remember this, the key is under the mat. Until next time, bye-bye.